Hey, good day, folks, and welcome to a special Lumberjack Logic Live where we have breaking news, and I'm not even kidding about this. Nikki Haley has just won herself a primary. No, this is not a joke. I mean, I didn't think she'd win anything, but it turns out she has just won one. And this is after getting smashed, absolutely smashed, crushing defeats in Michigan, where Donald Trump won every county, Missouri, where Donald Trump won every county, and in Idaho, where he won with 85% of the vote. That's his biggest primary win yet. Okay, good to see you all on. Please do smash that like and chat in with where you're from, please. Want to mention my sponsor really quickly. By the way, Mike Lindell is coming on the show Tuesday. Who's going to be there on Tuesday? Just say yes, you'll be there, or no, you won't. Curious Who will be there Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's Central Time. Get yourself some MyPillow, MyPillow.com, promo code Lumberjack. They put on for the interview, and it's live right now, free shipping again. I don't think I'll have this deal long, but they did it for you folks. So good to see you on, Josh. Good to see you on, South Carolina Patriot, Dora. Anyways, yeah, if you're going to be there, let me know. So be there. Look at that, you folks. I mean, I'm excited to interview Mike Lindell. I'm going to take this interview in a little bit different direction. But here's where Nikki Haley won. Hey, does anybody know? I'm just in my audience. I mean, this seriously just happened. Who knows where Nikki Haley won? Or would you have a guess where Nikki Haley won? But she literally just won a primary election in the D.C. That's right. There it is, folks. D.C. She won in Washington, D.C. Now, I get it. It's like it's freaking Washington, D.C. She won the primary. And people, it wasn't even close. It was not even close. She won. This is the numbers on this. Oh, shoot, it just disappeared. It was like 65-35. I lost the numbers here. But 65-35. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, is Washington, D.C. an open primary? Is that how she carried the vote? So, do you guys know, is Washington, D.C. open or closed? Who knows the answer to this? Somebody said she probably won in Minnesota. I actually have the answer. D.C. is actually a closed primary. This was Republicans, air quotes here, people, in Washington, D.C. It's a closed primary. It is a closed freaking primary. So these token Republicans in Washington, swamp donkey. I love my audience. Someone just called her a swamp donkey. I mean, she actually won the primary in a closed primary. I thought for sure it was open because we found out that, of course, you know, in the South Carolina primary, Nikki supposedly won 40% of the vote. But she won 40% of the vote with half of those voters being Democrats. So really, she only won 20%. Matt Cassoni, D.C. is disgusting. It is the swamp, man. So, I mean, when you look at the inside analysis of this, you know, here, I'll give you some numbers on this. So, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley will win the Republican presidential primary in Washington, D.C., CNN projects, after 3 days of voting in the party's only capital polling location, a downtown hotel. Haley's victory, her first of the primary, and folks, I'm telling you, it's going to be her only, okay, comes on the eve of what is expected to be a decisive week in the GOP primary as she attempts one last stand as the race turns national. Former President Donald Trump has dominated every other nominating contest and is poised to rack up more delegates on Super Tuesday. Haley's victory, though, did not come as a major surprise. Yeah, because she's a swamp donkey. Hotel, that's Nikki's area. Gosh, I love the comments, man. Many in Washington believed the district represented her best, perhaps only chance to win a primary. Trump's hold on the capital's GOP, which counts roughly 22,000 registered voters, has never quite reflected his dominance across the country. Trump won the primary in 2020 running uncontested, but finished third in the 2016 cycle. Haley held an event on Friday with local GOP leaders, a clear sign of optimism. She could be optimistic about one thing, people. If there was one thing Nikki Haley could be optimistic about, it was winning in the swamp. Republicans will mostly forget about Washington now, at least in the coming general election. Biden won it in 2020 with more than 92% of the vote. The district has never supported a Republican presidential candidate. The GOP's high watermark came in 1972 when Richard Nixon managed a little more than 21% during a landslide re-election. In fact, the swamp is so bad, people, that, Ronald Reagan didn't even get 20% of the vote when he won every single state but Minnesota in the nation. The only areas Ronald Reagan lost in 1984 was Minnesota and Washington, D.C. It's unbelievable. So, people are like, by the way, I did a stream the other day and people were like, Neil, it's not that high. There's not that many Democrats in Washington, D.C. when 92% of them voted for Joe Biden. And then they tried to claim that they had some inside baseball analytics on this. It's just freaking unbelievable how people act. Oh, gosh. Swamp donkey. You people are great. Here, I'll give you some other numbers. Look at this domination in Idaho, people. Look at that. There's the numbers. Donald Trump with 84.9% of the vote to Haley's 13.2. Ron DeSantis picked up 1.3. Oh, by the way, Ron DeSantis just signed a bill in Florida, kind of a big one, and it was actually, they got unanimous votes out of both the House and the Senate in Florida. I mean, this means every Democrat voted for it as well. But to disclose Epstein information that they had down there. And I don't have it handy, that story, but just FYI, Ron's signing a good bill down there. He called it a shame that any of that stuff was ever hidden up. Of course, the other, of course, would be Missouri that I haven't commented on. I did comment on Michigan before, where Trump's just dominating performance. He won Michigan's primary Tuesday, 68%. Haley only got 27%. And then she's bad news, Trump said. People, she's bad news. Mark, stop clickbaiting. Guys, give Mark a shout out. He says this is a clickbait. I just told him Nikki Haley won a primary. And he's saying stop clickbaiting. This is the story, Marky Mark. He's probably with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. What a whiner. Anyways, there you go, Mark. Haley wins DC GOP primary. It's just unbelievable. She will win. She will lose California even, folks. She will lose California. But she could win DC. It's just nuts. Let's see here. Let's see, Missouri. So the other big thing going on in Michigan, people, and I did a video about this, but it turns out that, this Pete Hoekstra, I do not like what's going on there. Now, I'm going to say something. I hope you guys can understand what I'm trying to tell you here, because I am no fan of what's happening in Michigan, and I know Trump endorsed Hoekstra. I don't know if he believes that there really wasn't an option. So one of the things that happens is when you get into politics, the reality is that you have to work with people you don't want to work with. And with the strength of Trump's hold on the Republican Party, maybe he feels he can get some of these other swamp donkeys to do what he wants them to do. Now, that did not turn out to be true in 2016 when Paul Ryan opposed him in the House. So I don't know how that's going to work now. The Michigan Court of Appeals, of course, had rejected Karamo's bid to get herself reinstated, but Hoekstra's vote came through a super PAC, not the recognized Michigan GOP. So I don't know. I'm curious what Trump's thinking. Obviously Trump has information that we don't. Don't ever forget that. But he certainly made some mistakes too, and nobody calls everything perfectly. I've had my issues. I did not like the stimulus bills. I don't feel he should have signed those, but they are what they are. I mean, I couldn't get them to not be signed. I got payments just like everybody else for doing nothing. I mean, giving us tax payments for doing nothing. And it's just pathetic, actually, that that's what happened. But you either take the money and because inflation's going to go up as a result of it, so you're either losing on the inflation due to the fact that you don't take it. I think you guys get what I'm saying. It's so frustrating. I got like a friend with the student loan stuff with Joe Biden. He's like, this stuff is stupid, but what do I do? Not take it? Because then if he's giving it to everybody else, all of us are just going to pay an inflationary rate on products everywhere. It's just the reality. I don't know that our dollar is going to be worth that much anymore, folks. That's why I keep telling you to get some gold and silver. Some of you say, Neil, I can't afford any gold and silver. Understand. It's tough times out there. I get it. I really do. But, I always talk about Midas Gold Group, MidasGoldGroup.com, veteran owners, not commissioned salespeople. But, I don't know. A silver round is 20 some bucks. Even if you just bought a couple a month or, save it, I'd get some. That's just what I do. Buy some junk silver. I don't care where you get it. I don't care if you go down to your local pawn shop and find some junk silver but the premiums on junk silver have been too high. So, but find a way to scrape something out of it. Eat rice and beans more. I don't know. Our dollar's in trouble. Anyhow. But there you have it. I just want to get that news out. Nikki won. I do believe that's the only one that she will win. The only one that she's going to win. So, by the way, that short that you guys told me to make more of, I am going to be making more shorts. My video editor, so for those who don't know, I've done a lot of contract videography for companies. And my editor for that, we worked out a deal where he is going to produce 20 shorts per month for me. So you are going to see more short form content. So I wanted to let you know that. I'll be paying him to produce those. And the last one that you guys all liked so much has done pretty well. It's up to 75,000 views, which for me, for a short, is really good. So if we can make more of that content. But the thing I wanted to let you know about it was that a lot of liberals are watching that short because you should see the freak out comments on it. It is wild. Go in, if you guys want to have some fun, go look at the comments on that last short. Those just come up short, yeah. Just go look at the comments on that last short. You can just go to my page and then go to the shorts. So read through. I mean, a lot of liberals, it's getting out to a different audience, and that's what I want to do. Because the ones that don't comment, we're going to do some stuff on inflation. I've got one coming out on that. We're just going to work hard. People, I just want to win the election, so I'm willing to spend money, do whatever it takes to change narratives and get it out to new audiences. So, that's what I'm going to be doing. We're also working on a special film project that I've got to talk with the people again this week. So I will do whatever I can do. People, just keep doing your part. Talk to everybody when you're out there. Ask them the questions. Do what you need to do. We cannot see this happen anymore to our country. Anyways, I love y'all. Keep fighting the good fight. We'll see you tomorrow. Got some videos we'll be launching. So love y'all. All right. Peace out. Subscribe if you're new.